Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When this Ukrainian scuffle started in February 2022, 24th of February, and Western countries, some Western countries imposed sanctions or wanted to impose sanctions and made everybody else agree with their position on Russia and its energy sector, I warned, and it was very obvious that would hurt the populations of those countries. Now winter is coming, right? We're entering fall season or autumn, and now they're crying and say, we didn't know that. Now brace yourselves for the worst, and it's much worse than we thought it would be. This is what comes from the leaders that imposed those decisions on all of us, because they're in control of us. They're not our representatives who do what we tell them. They're over there supposedly to do what they want and what others tell them to do. So in this case, it comes as a surprise for these people that, guys, prepare for wars. We didn't expect it to happen, really. So I have an article here from Sputnik, which, it's a Russian news outlet, so cut the things that sound like propaganda, but are facts that are not told in the free world, in the free corporate mass media. They're not told, but you have to just figure it out, read between the lines and all that. So we have here this article, and it says, worst of energy crisis still to come, German gas giant Uniper warns. So German natural gas and electricity powerhouse Uniper warned that the worst is still to come as far as the energy emergency was concerned. Why is it an emergency? Oh, because of Ukraine war? Nah. It's because you imposed sanctions on them. You could have stayed out of it, and there would not have been any emergency, emergency situation here. So it's just, shifting responsibility. So let's see. Germans have already been asked to make sacrifices at the grocery store, at the petrol pump, in the homes, and in terms of personal hygiene for the sake of their government's ongoing economic hybrid war with Russia. Now, remember, those guys are not in charge of us. That should be the starting point. They are over there to take care of stuff in our names, what we tell them to do, not they tell them what to do. They say, well, we got to do this because we're all in it. No, we're not all in it, because you made decisions that affect me, don't affect you much, and they help banking industry. They back big energy suppliers. They help the military industrial complex. Those are the guys that are profiting out of this, not us. So don't tell me anything. No, you are over there to make sure that my life is better than yesterday and the day before and so on, and is better in the future. If not, get out. I'm gonna vote another weasel. That's how it works in liberal democracies, mass democracies, rubble democracies. No, I'm not a fan of this kind of BS. On Thursday, the financial, Times reported the German toilet paper makers toilet paper makers are at risk of insolvency. Going by that. Okay, last week rising gas prices forced German beer brew. Oh no, beer guys, you're done. No beer, no games, you're gonna start a revolution. I'm gonna tell you a little story about that. Beer breweries to cut down on the production. Everything but not the beer and the ladies of the night. Alcohol and prostitution, the oldest happy time for the lower level of the population, and they want us to get to that low, and they take that. Don't take that. You're gonna have mass protests. A survey by the Institute of New Social Answers for the Bild newspaper in June found that nearly 1 in 6 Germans have been skipping meals to make ends meet in June. How about now in September, mofos? With 13% more at risk by price hikes. Yeah, the West put themselves in a so-called sanctions dead end. There is only one way out. We are seeking demonstrations in Germany demanding that Nord Stream 2 be turned on. We support these demands of German energy consumers. We're ready to do so tomorrow. It's enough to simply press a button, but we aren't the ones who placed sanctions on Nord Stream 2. Europe did, so under US pressure. And why are the Americans pressuring the Europeans? This is what Putin says. Because they themselves want to sell them gas for 3 times the price, Putin said. I've been saying this since they started the sanctions. These guys sanctioned themselves, Russian companies out, Germany, United States steps in at a higher price, obviously, LNG and other thing like that. So this is a swift, instead of being capitalist competition, fair competition is not, it's controlled. You don't have accesses because they said you should not. So therefore, we said you're out, they're in, but you know what? We're not going to let ourselves be blackmailed by anybody, Europe said, in the energy crisis. So we get you out, but we got these guys, so we can always be blackmailed by these guys. But wait, these guys are the good guys and those are the bad guys. Oh, okay. I'll pay 3 times more for the energy because the gas comes and the energy comes from the good guy. I'm willing to do that. Really? I don't believe so, and I don't think so. And I'd rather take that one than that one. I guarantee you. But this is what the leaders decided, and the mass media promoted this kind of bullshit to the German people, to the European community, citizens and so on, and to us here in the United States as well, and Canada. I'm not talking about that. Canada is it's a pretense of a democratic capitalist country and free society. That's a pretense. Do something that the government might not like, and it's gonna happen to you like it happened with those protesters in Ottawa with the trucks. Remember that one? Just do something like that and see what's gonna happen. Well, it was not okay to have that. Well, just do it. Just do something, not aggressively, not, just protest and see what they're going to use. The same tactics as any other tyrants in history did. All you wait is just to shoot at the population. That's the only thing that was out of all that. They got arrested, they got bullied, they got checked, they got their bank accounts frozen, they got fired from jobs. What is that? If you get fired from a job, what's that? You can't feed your family. What are you going to do? You're going to die. You're going to be starved. You're going to go and be at the government's fingernail right here. So yeah, that's how great Canada is. And everybody is the same. Just rock the boat a little bit too much. So, and then due to this kind of the situation, we have people who show up in the street. In Erfurt, for instance, it showed up. There were some people at Uniper who showed up. When Uniper and this mass protest, Uniper is not a private company anymore. It got subsidized, and I think the German government nationalized it for emergency reasons or something like that. And what does that tell you? They take over, the government takes over private companies, and then you're going to own nothing? Because the government owns it, we own it. I've been in that system, so I know how it works, okay? And it's not that I lived through it, I must know about it. Because I know a lot of people, Romanians, who lived through a communist system and they can't put one with one together. They can't. And they talk to you like, you're the crazy. Okay, I might be, but let's see. It's just, so anyway, what are you gonna do? Who shot who in the foot here? And if Uniper says that the worst is still to come, what's going to be? No food for you. I made another video regarding the shelves in grocery stores starting having shortages. The, frozen food industry have a problem because they can't pay their bills or high energy bills. Germany, you're going to get worse than Romania got or Soviet Union got, and you're not prepared. You're prepared as humans, but not prepared as a society, because you're gonna adjust, but you're not gonna be. It's like you had food every second of your life. I'm talking about the majority of people, not those people that were mentioned over there that can't afford eating. Which in this kind of society, it's hard to believe because it's a personal decisions. personal choices. There's work to be done. That's work. The problem is, are you going to sell your work, your energy to get that money or not? And when you get your money, what do you do with the money? How do you spend your money? I mean, I've been in this society here in the United States. I came with nothing. And I worked whatever was necessary. I wasn't a prostitute though, but anyway, that could have been an option too. Just kidding. All right. Anyway, you can make it. You can have a very decent lifestyle if you work and you're conservative in spending your money. Don't make 1,000 kids. Make sure you have a partner, put money together, work hard, save money, and you'll be fine. More than fine. Put yourself in the context of the planetary standard of living, and all these Western countries are in the first, 5%, 3% of the population. I think that's a very, very good percentage of their percentile, okay? I'll take it that way. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Get ready. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.